In this video, we will take a look at the second story wall framing for our two-story house with the wraparound porch. Now in this video, I'm going to go ahead and leave the floor framing in, get about halfway through the video, and then remove the floor framing, the wall framing below, and the foundation to provide you with a better view of the wall framing. And almost every wall in the video will have another wall that will be built exactly the same. And two of those walls will be this one and this one, where they will both be built on top of a beam with 2x6 wall framing studs and a ridge post, a post that will carry the load from the roof framing above down to this beam here, and then of course down through some posts to the building foundation. And of course these two walls here will be built exactly the same also, with a window in the center and a 2x4 to help us support the ridge. And in case you're wondering why we don't have a ridge beam here, that's because we're going to be getting the structural support from the bottom of the roof rafters. However, I'm not about to suggest that you wouldn't need a ridge beam here. So contact local building authorities or engineers in your area for clarification before building a project exactly like this. And these walls here again will be the same proportion or the same size and will be supporting the bottom of the roof rafters. And that's the reason why this part of the wall continues through to the outside and not butt up against this wall here. However, I'm not about to suggest that you couldn't have that rake wall go all the way down. And the simple fact that this building is built in sections that have the same proportion and similar measurements will allow you to calculate the measurements for some of these walls a little easier than it would if they were different measurements and different sizes. And this wall right here will not have a hinge point because we are going to have a ceiling joist up against it. However, this is a wall that you could balloon frame and have full length wall framing studs. And I believe this is the only section in the house where that could happen. And the rafters for this section will be sitting on top of this wall framing. Again, we have the same situation here where we're running this wall through to the end so that the rafters can sit on top of it. Next up, let's go ahead and set our roof ridge. We will need a ridge here because we're not going to have the same structural support that we're going to have down here or in this room or this room. Next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the little dormer pop-outs that we're going to have here. And this will be a small section and create some tiny rooms, but definitely add to the nice design of the building. And another thing you should keep in mind that when you do small things like this with a lot of detail, it's going to cost a lot more money on your project. I would imagine if you left both of these dormers out and then just brought the roof down, or even set the dormers up a little further, you could definitely reduce the cost of the project. However, how much, I wouldn't be able to provide you with that information, or whether or not it would actually be worth it to do because of the design. A view of how the corner here will connect together. Again, the rake wall is coming down, butting up against the wall that the roof rafters will be sitting on. And of course, without the lower section in the way, some of this stuff is going to be a little easier to see. And of course, that would be my learning curve there. As I do more of this stuff, I can get a better idea of just how confusing it is to see some of this stuff when some of the other framing components are actually in the way. And some of these sections might be a little easier to build after the roof is built. I don't expect you to build this section right here before the roof framing has been installed, but that doesn't mean you can't extend the top plates out a little bit so that they can be cut off later. Main section again, and a view of how this wall is coming out. This one here is butting up against it. And again, there is a beam underneath this wall to support it. And we have a header going over the wall here because the walls aren't very high. I want to say they're about 7 feet. And a regular door might not fit in here. You might need a custom door made for that area, or you would need to raise the wall framing. And of course the wall studs that will be sitting on top of the framing plate below. The ridge beam, a better view of it there. And how it's going to be supported by a post so that we don't need to install a monster-sized beam there. And of course the load from the ridge will transfer straight through and not through the header. So if we had a header that went all the way across and then a post sitting on top, then the weight would transfer around and not straight through. And of course that could provide you with another design option also. And let's not forget that you might need a ridge beam coming off of both of these points here to the wall here, and then sit on top of a post that would be located in that wall to transfer the load down through the floor framing to the foundation. And with that said, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Any questions you have, feel free to leave them in the comment area, and I will answer them as soon as possible. Don't forget this video is part of a series. I do have a playlist for that series that I will have in the video description box. So make sure that you check that out if you're interested in this particular design or this type of construction.